Every ecosystem is like a living network. Plants, animals, water, sunlight, and soil, all linked in a constant exchange of energy and matter. In this video, we'll show how life depends on resources like food, water, and space, and how species interact through predation, symbiosis, and competition to keep nature's balance. Every ecosystem is a mix of the living and the non-living. The living things, which include plants, animals, and microbes, depend on non-living factors like sunlight, water, soil, and temperature. Together, these interactions shape what can survive and thrive in an environment. Energy flows through every ecosystem, from the sun to the plants, and then to the animals that eat them. Producers capture sunlight through photosynthesis. That energy passes from plants to herbivores, to carnivores, and finally to top predators. But with each step, most of the energy is lost as heat. Only about 10% moves up each level. Every species depends on resources like food, water, and space. When those resources are plentiful, populations can grow, reproduce, and even share the same habitat without much conflict. But when resources run short, the balance in an ecosystem shifts. Species compete for what's left, food, water, or space, and only the best adapted survive. Some animals change their behavior, like predation, or develop new survival strategies like sharing or specializing their resources. Predators and prey are part of a never-ending cycle. When prey populations grow, predators have plenty to eat, so their numbers rise too. But as predators increase, they hunt more prey, causing the prey numbers to drop. With less food available, predator numbers also fall. This repeating rise and fall keeps ecosystems in balance. In nature, not every relationship is a battle. Some species depend on each other to survive. This is called symbiosis, which simply means living together. There are 4 main types, each with its own story. In mutualism, both species benefit, like bees pollinating flowers. The bee gets food, and the flower spreads its pollen. In commensalism, one benefits while the other is unharmed. In parasitism, one organism benefits at the other's expense, like a tick feeding on a dog. And in herbivory, animals eat plants, transferring energy from producers to consumers. Whether helpful, harmless, or harmful, these connections show how life is intertwined and how symbiosis helps keep ecosystems balanced. Symbiotic relationships affect the biodiversity, energy flow, and population stability. In nature, resources like food, water, and space aren't endless. When those resources run low, species begin to compete. Sometimes the fight happens within the same species. That's called intraspecific competition. Other times, it's between different species that need the same resource. That's called interspecific competition. In both cases, only the best adapted individuals survive and pass on their traits. Competition may seem harsh, but it's one of the main forces that shapes evolution. When species compete for the same resource, they don't always fight. Sometimes they adapt. Over time, they learn to share by using the same resource in different ways. This process is called resource partitioning, and it helps species avoid direct competition. Some species separate by time. For example, one predator might hunt at night while another hunts during the day, both feeding on the same prey but never crossing paths. Other species separate by space. Certain birds share the same tree, but each feeds in a different part, one near the top, another in the middle, and one closer to the trunk. And some species evolve different physical traits that let them use resources differently. For example, birds with different beak shapes, each adapted to eat a specific type of seed. By dividing resources by time, space, or structure, species reduce competition and find their own place, their niche, in an ecosystem. In the end, every ecosystem finds its balance. Energy flows, species interact, and life adapts. A constant dance between cooperation and competition. This balance is what keeps our planet alive. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more environmental science videos.